Hey folks, James here. If you listen to last week's episode of Raging Nerd On, you might have noticed that we referenced Thor Ragnarok a few times, and then we never actually talked about it. That's because we talked about wrestling for like a really long time, and once I edited in some of the commentary from the actual show, the episode just got way too long, so I cut out the Thor Ragnarok review, and that is what will be this week's episode. So here is that review. I'm going to put all our housekeeping stuff right up front here, so quick stuff. Usual, if you like the show, leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, what have you. If you need to send us anything, want to get in touch, you can send us an email at ragingnerdon@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter at ragingnerdonpod. Otherwise, enjoy the Thor Ragnarok review here. Next week, we'll be back with the Justice League review. We're going to be seeing that this week, and I'm sure we're going to have plenty to talk about there. Otherwise, folks, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the show. Bye. All right, so Thor 3 came out. Thor Ragnarok came out. We've both seen it. I don't know about you, but I fucking love this movie.
I also love it, and I have a bunch of problems with it.
Really?
I know I made a joke earlier. I slept through a bunch of it. I didn't sleep through a bunch of it.
Just some.
I caught everything I needed. I missed one very important. Just barely.
Yeah.
Just spoiler alert, Thor gets his eye cut out.
Yeah.
I missed the part where I watched the fight. Apparently, I just blinked for like 5 seconds, missed it, and the fight cut to a different part of the fight. And then Thor shows up without an eye. I'm like, where the fuck is his eye? And Jackie was like, you gotta cut out, you idiot. Were you watching the movie or not? I'm like, I think I passed out.
All right, so what are your problems? I can tell you the only problem I had with the movie was that we knew that Hulk was in it. Because if we didn't know, think about how fucking crazy that reveal would have been if we didn't know that Hulk was behind that wall.
It's a very good
Would
point,
have been
but that's just not the world we live in anymore. There's no surprises.
But it would have been incredible. It would have been nuts, like, to have that happen.
It would have been incredible.
Yeah, I know. I said it, and I didn't mean to do that.
You're right. That I think I'm finally coming around to I don't want to see much in the trailers anymore at all.
Yeah.
Tell me the movie's coming out. Show Captain America throwing a shield, fucking somebody punching something cool, and then that's it. I don't want to watch. That was a massive reveal, and that was handled poorly in the trailers. The fucking studio could suck a dick for that.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
You're right. That would have made the movie much more enjoyable.
Yeah, because I was sitting there because like that whole build up to it too. I'm like, we know it's Hulk. We know it's Hulk. Just get there. We know it's Hulk. We know it's Hulk. Just do it. Because so like it ruined that entire build up.
Yeah, it really was. I thought the same way. Just get to Hulk. Where is Hulk?
Yeah.
Get to Hulk.
So that was the only thing that like really bothered me about it. Otherwise, like, and Kate Blanchett's weird headdress that she insisted on putting on and then taking off, and then putting on and then taking off over and over again.
I was fine with that. The headdress didn't bother me. What bothered me is Kate Blanchett is barely in the fucking movie. Your movie is called Ragnarok. Was this movie really fucking about Ragnarok?
No.
Because barely talk about it.
Yeah, so they kind of introduced that, and then they throw Thor out there, and
to make a Hulk movie.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, it's Planet Hulk,
and not even a good Planet Hulk movie.
It was okay. I think
no, it's not.
I disagree.
It's good. It was fun. It was a blast to watch, but it was unnecessary, and I wanted the movie to be about Ragnarok with a very slight side to Sakaar. And Sakaar kind of took over the fucking movie. That movie needed to be about Asgard for me to give a shit about Asgard being destroyed, and it was not about Asgard, and I did not care when Ragnarok actually happened.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
I didn't even think it was a cool way to resolute anything. To resolve anything.
I don't think resolute. Resolute is not a word.
We are trying to use it.
Yeah. No, I can understand that but I would counter that, be like, look, we had 2 Thor movies that like no one really remembers or cares about. Like, I can't remember a damn thing about either Hulk movie, and it's like if it was all in Ragnarok and all at Asgard, I probably would have liked this a lot less, because everyone kind of like agrees that Thor is kind of like the weaker of the bunch. Like when they talk about the notable characters, you're talking about Tony Stark and Captain America and now Guardians of the Galaxy, but Thor
is no one's favorite Avenger.
No.
In the movie, right? He's fun. He's okay in the Avenger movies, but fuck his movies for the most part. I disagree with you on this one, because Taika Waititi is a phenomenal Thor director, and everything up to Sakaar I loved. I mean, I loved Sakaar, but like I was really invested in what he did before Thor went to Sakaar. I wanted that movie. Like, especially with Odin's death, that was beautiful. You reined in Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins is a massive overactor in every Thor movie until this one. He had a beautiful sequence in that field. Everything, the opening sequences with Surtur was great. It was really funny. It was beautifully animated. It was great. I loved it. Kate Blanchett shows up, and it's awesome, and they have that awesome fight transporting through the Bifrost Bridge, and then it's a car, and then it's just a comedy that takes up way too much time and takes away our investment in the stakes for actual fucking Ragnarok, which is the goddamn title of the movie.
Yeah, no, I can see what you're saying there, because it's...
And a great story, and it's not a great story. It's the best Thor story. It's the best Thor story. I'm not a Thor fan because he's a fucking asshole who's barely readable in comics. It's not fun to read Thor comics. I like the character, but fucking Thor comics are a chore because it's too much. Let me make the language older than Shakespeare so no one likes to read it.
Verily, we are doing this. Like, all right, we got it.
Like, I don't want the word verily, and that's what every Thor story is verily doth soothe. Like, fuck you guys. You're supposed to be badass Viking gods. Taika Waititi is a great director. I think he was perfect for this to give some juice into the actual cinematic universe for these characters. I think Sakaar was a massive mistake because it's just too long, and it takes away from it. There's nothing on Asgard. There's what, 2 minutes every now and then of Hela fucking things up and imposing her will, and Heimdall trying to revolt. Like, you fucked over Heimdall, you fucked over all of Asgard. Like, I don't even feel bad for Asgard once.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm like, I didn't even realize there were actually other people there. It's like, I thought that was just like where Thor and Odin hung out. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of people that living there. Like, what do they do?
Yeah, until the evacuation that was stolen from Age of Ultron on Sokovia. Like, I didn't even realize there were people in Asgard anymore. The fucking title is Ragnarok, guys.
Yeah, that is a good point. I don't know. I was able to enjoy it, and that.
But you didn't make a Ragnarok movie.
Yeah,
you didn't.
It was just this kind of like trippy, like, what's the word I want to use to describe it? It's like, like with the synth, like 80s homage kind of synth pop stuff.
Yeah, the music is fantastic. The score is fantastic.
Yeah, I like that
their licensing is also very cool, but their score is legit fantastic.
And they could have just done like full on, like Guardians of the Galaxy with like a lot of like specific songs, but they only had the Immigrant Song, and it was used sparingly. It was used twice in the movie, and both times were really fucking awesome. It was like, yeah, now shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, that was a good move because I went into the movie thinking it was going to be a good, like I'm gonna download the soundtrack on Apple after I see it or something. Like I thought they were going to be mostly Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was going to be a ripoff, and it wasn't.
Yeah, like
really
Guardians
wasn't.
Light. And
it was just a lot of jokes, and by a lot of jokes, I mean a fuck ton of jokes.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi is a hilarious dude, and he loves comedy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of his other movies?
I don't know what else he's done.
You ever seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No, I've heard of it though.
You need to watch that very soon. I think it's either on. I'm pretty sure it's still available on HBO. If it's not, it's either on Hulu or Amazon, but it's for free. Watch that fucking movie. That movie is brilliant.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
He's also in it. He's also in Thor.
Yeah,
and he's
the voice of the rock dude.
I love Korg. I've never loved Korg as much as I love him in this movie. Love him. And he's so funny and so his acting is so great for the character he wanted Korg to be. It's great.
Yeah, and I like they could have just made him like generic gruff kind of guy, but they made him like I thought at first that he was the Flight of the Conchords manager. But
Rhys Darby?
Yeah, because that's what at first I was
Rhys Darby's in What We Do in the Shadows, and he is hands down the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
In a wonderful movie. Rhys Darby's amazing.
Yeah.
Rhys Darby should have been in this movie. Rhys Darby should have played Thor.
No, he should have played Meek. That would have been great.
Yeah, they kind of fucked over Meek, huh? They fucked Meek over real bad in this movie.
Well, yes and no, because they had him come back at the end, so it was all right, you're okay. But it was like, yeah, he's got claws for hands.
But he's not a character in the movie.
Yeah,
he's not even a punching bag. He's just there.
Yeah, but I like what I am. You know what I am getting really tired of is how shitty the post-credit scenes are. Now.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We had to split. I don't know if you recorded that part or not, but Jackie had a show, so we had to leave immediately after the movie ended. We weren't sure we were going to actually see the ending of the movie.
Okay.
So we split. We didn't see the end credits. I mean, we looked them up while on the drive back to the theater, but
yeah, I mean, well, first off, like because there's always two now. So like, the mid credits one was like the ship coming on in like getting seen by a really really big ship that I don't know what that was.
Not good enough, guys.
And
not good enough.
So that was like, okay, ominous, but I have no idea what the hell that is. And then the last
one, it was Thanos' ship, but like that's not good enough. That should have been another 5 fucking minute sequence setting up Thanos. You guys fucked up bad with that.
Yeah, and just as with Spider-Man Homecoming, the final one, after sitting through the incredibly long credits, is a fucking lame joke. And it's like, come on, man. Like,
I mean, thankfully it's Jeff Goldblum, but like, you don't need charm at that point. You need to set up 20 movies worth of setting up the one movie.
Yeah.
You guys fucked up again with your post-credit sequence. No one's going to give a shit about Thanos. Your general moviegoers are not going to give a fuck once Infinity War comes out. They're just not. There's no real threat. You fucked up again. We predicted they were going to fix that in this movie, and they did not at all. They didn't fucking address. They didn't even show fucking Thanos.
Yeah. So it's a bummer because all right, you could do all that. And you have all these opportunities there, and then you just didn't do shit. So, fucking yeah.
All they did in regards to Thanos was say one of the Infinity Gauntlet and Odin's Vault is fake.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I love you, universe. Wonderful. I'm having a blast over the last 10 years. you're really fucking up the lead up into Infinity War.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be the.
What are you gonna do? Fucking.
This is everything that they've been building up to. So, like, what's going on?
Yeah, you have how many movies? One movie? Is Black Panther the only movie coming out before Infinity War?
I think so. Unless when does Infinity War come out?
Infinity War, I think hits in May.
So then yes, because I think Ant-Man 2 comes out
after
then. I thought that comes out in 2018.
I thought Ant-Man comes. Oh, does it? No, it can't come out before Infinity War ends.
They're doing
right?
two. Oh well, here I found the movie timeline. Let's see what we got. So we had Thor, then we've got Black Panther, then Infinity War, which is in May, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp in July.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and then Captain Marvel is 2018.
Unless Ant-Man and the Wasp takes place in 2015, then
I don't know.
What is the point of that?
We don't know. Well, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know. I don't know anything about what they're looking to do. But yeah, then Captain Marvel's in March.
They have not established Thanos as a credible threat, even in their.
No, because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done shit. You just had like some people that are afraid of him, but like he hasn't done a damn thing. So why what should have been doing, like, since this is like a comic book, or well, it's supposed to be like a comic book. It's all based on that. Like, build up to that.
It's based on the entire universe is based on one comic book.
Show him building up that threat and why he's so scary. Like, they could have done so much in Guardians too, and they didn't do anything.
No, you guys need to. You got one movie, and you can't do anything with Thanos in a fucking Black Panther movie.
Because that would be a dumb move.
Thor was your last fucking chance. You don't make a Ragnarok movie after titling it Ragnarok, and you don't do anything with Thanos.
Yeah.
One movie before your culmination event. Holy shit. There's a movie event. It's an event book. They're doing an event book next year.
Yeah.
They haven't set anything up.
It's going to be like Secret Empire. Just, there you go. Here's the thing. Hope you like it. Oh, you don't? I'm sorry.
What are you doing over there, Feige?
Yeah, I don't know. See, he's just getting all that sweet Disney cash.
Focus. Well, not now. I mean, now you're out. But you should have been focusing over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Ugh. All right.
Loved it. Loved the movie.
It was still a lot of fun. That's the thing. Like, I had a blast with it. There were so many like just good gags. Like, it was like nonstop fun.
It made me excited to see more of Thor.
Yeah.
And I hope that Thor is still funny. Not that there's a lack of humor in the MCU, but like Thor is a good match for humor. Hemsworth is a good match.
He's good.
For Thor plus humor.
And all like the little things that they put in there, like the strongest Avenger. No.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many good bits like that.
Thor rivalry is great.
Yeah.
Banner was great. It was fun to see Banner as Banner having jokes. Dude, when he... It was a nice callback to a movie that I think most MCU fans have forgotten. The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Where Edward Norton dives out of the helicopter to fight Abomination. And it's just the Hulk. When Banner lands on the Rainbow Bridge as Banner and just passes out, oh my god!
It was just such like a hard thwap too. It was like
so
hard.
God,
like a garbage bag full of meat in the sidewalk. It was just flap.
It was so funny.
I love the bit too where he was like, "Oh, these are Banner's clothes." He's like, these are Tony Stark's clothes. Oh man, Tony wears these pants so tight. He's always trying to like adjust himself.
Like, he's constantly tugging at his balls for like 3 scenes. I love Taika Waititi. He's great. This script is not great.
Oh. I mean,
it's
take
just
it
a
on
fun
its own.
script.
If it was a Thor, if it was a Hulk, what if it was a Planet Hulk movie? Like, or you split it up into two movies. If you split it up into like
that's the problem. It's two different movies,
yeah,
and neither of them succeed in what they were supposed to succeed in. It was a Planet Hulk movie. It dismally failed as a Planet Hulk movie. It was a Ragnarok movie, and it largely failed as a Ragnarok.
Yeah, because one of the great things about the Planet Hulk storyline is that like Hulk rises to glory there, and like and then the whole thing gets destroyed.
Just a celebrity in this.
Yeah, and the whole thing gets destroyed there, and like he's the only one that survives the entire planet basically getting annihilated. And it's like, oh, that's like heartbreaking, and that's what leads to World War Hulk when he's like, I need to go destroy everyone. Yeah,
and then comes back and fucks up the Avengers.
Yeah, it does. So
that's clearly not happening. Like you desperately failed the Planet Hulk movie, and there's just no Ragnarok movie. It wasn't a Ragnarok movie. It wasn't a Planet Hulk movie. It's just a fun movie with two needed to have fun added to them.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time, but like I could see where you're coming from with all of this, and
I did too. It's too little, too late, and it's not enough too late to lead into Infinity War. Like you guys should have made Thor fun maybe a little sooner. You should have made a Hulk movie or two by now.
Yeah, but I think there might be issues with that. There
are. There's Fox issues.
Yeah. But wait,
which we can probably talk about next week if it's still a story.
Yeah.
But
well, and did you hear that whole thing about how Disney might be buying 20th Century Fox?
I know. I'm not sure if it fell apart by today, though, because I saw something that made it sound like it fell apart,
yeah.
But I haven't been able to verify it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, because that's like one way to get all those rights back for X-Men and Fantastic Four and stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about that some other time, because that's a big thing to talk about.
Yeah. All right.
But I loved it, but it was... Again, all I can sum up for it is it's too little too late and not enough too late.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. I didn't think of it that way.
I've done that.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way in terms of like how it needs to set up, because that's really like a large part of the overall of the entire franchise. Like that's why Thor went and had that weird like bath during Avengers: Age of Ultron, because he had to set up Thor Ragnarok, and then you didn't even do it.
No, they didn't do it. Yeah, I mean, Heimdall was criminally underused. So was fucking Cate Blanchett, and I thought she was gonna be the fucking movie. She's barely in the movie.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh, can you guys
add ass in this movie?
Can you? Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, can we just come back so I can save my homeland that no one cares about? That would be awesome. Thanks. And
Loki was also underwritten. This is a comedy. It's just a comedy. It's not even an action comedy. This is a fucking comedy. It's just a comedy.
I don't know.
It's a very good comedy.
There are awesome action sequences. I mean, like that final fight on the Rainbow Bridge is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but they don't add up to anything that matters.
Yeah.
I get that Asgard's destroyed, but Asgard's the people, whatever. But like, you don't add up to anything real because you didn't spend time with these people. You didn't spend time with the actual conflict. You took the main character out of the actual conflict and made him try to get back to it with people who ultimately, why would they give a shit except for Loki? Hulk doesn't give a fuck about Asgard.
Well, Valkyrie would.
And Valkyrie, wasn't developed well enough as a character to come back to fight for Asgard. As much as I love Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, she is fucking awesome in this movie. And if she's not in Infinity War, I'm gonna be real pissed. But it's not deserved. The movie didn't. For me, it didn't deserve any of its resolution. It never. It did. I mean, I really feel it didn't resolve anything.
No, you're bringing up a lot of really good points in that. It's like and what I think that's kind of the overall flaw with the Marvel movies is that they put on this kind of like veneer for it. It's like you'll have a good time watching it, and in the theater you're gonna love it, and then you'll get home and you're like, but why did they do this? Why did they do that? Like that doesn't make any sense. You're all of a sudden you're like, did I really like this? Was that a good movie, or did they string together enough like fun scenes that I didn't notice that it wasn't all that great?
I do still really love this movie, but it's not a great movie, right?
I can see that.
There's why do you have two plots?
No, I get it. Like that's what I'm like struggling with right now, because I'm like, yeah, like I had such a good time with this movie that I'm like, no, like I want to defend it more, but at the same time, like, well, no, you're right, and they're like, well, that didn't make any sense, and that wasn't really resolution, and the overall Hela thing, you're right, it's a bummer because she's like a big bad, and she sets all this stuff up, no one can stop her, then it's like, all right, then just go and collect a few random people, including Hulk, and come back later, I guess.
Yeah, I like the Revengers is a fun joke, but I would have I'm not in the camp of Ragnarok must be serious when committed to film. Like, I've had it with that with Thor movies. They're too serious, especially Dark World.
Yeah.
When the first Thor was somewhat fun. I had an okay time with it. It was early in the cinematic universe, and it just wasn't really. It was okay. Dark World really just was dog shit. Too self-serious. They took all the fun out of Thor that Thor had already established and Hemsworth had already established. Ragnarok is a very serious story. I'm not opposed to having jokes, but I need that story to be about Ragnarok. I need to, after 2 movies where I don't give a fuck about Asgard that much, I need to give a fuck about Asgard now. And Asgard's not in it. Thanos is not in it.
Yeah, I think the Thanos thing is the bigger missed opportunity here, because there's
a lot of missed opportunities, but Thanos absolutely, it's got to be the biggest missed opportunity because no one gives a fuck about him. You're not doing anything with him in Black Panther, I guarantee it, and that's your last fucking movie. Oh wait, no, Ant-Man 2's coming. No,
Ant-Man 2 comes out after.
But no one gives a fuck. This guy has done jack shit. There's no threat. The only thing we know about Thanos is he's a bad dad. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. The most character development he's had was in Guardians, and he was even in the first Guardians.
He was barely. He was in the chair saying, telling Korath to, "Hey, don't fuck me over," and then Korath fucked him over, and then Thanos didn't do anything. Star-Lord did. Star-Lord danced at him, and he died.
That's Ronan.
Ronan, sorry. I always say Korath instead of Ronan. I always forget. See?
Yeah.
That's the problem with Marvel. I remembered their names when they were comic books, but when they're movies, I have no idea who the fuck you are.
All right. So, yeah. Then that's our Thor review.
It's great. See it. It's wonderful. It's a blast. Don't expect it to further anything or to be a coherent plot. It's not. It's just not. But it's a blast.
All right. So on that note,
don't see it in 3D unless it's $6 cheaper.
Yeah. No, I don't mess with a 3D thing anyway. So
I didn't even notice anything in 3D. No, it's a back-in version. No. There was no point to it. But it was the only one. That was the earliest showing. That's what we got it because Jackie had to be at the theater.
Okay.
I also had to be at the theater to learn her job. So, which I fucked up. That's a different story. Doesn't matter. But don't see it in 3D. It's not worth it. And don't expect to get anything out of it but a fun movie.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, nerd on, everybody.